Alright, so we have a nice 5x5 bathroom floor that we're about to start grouting here. And it's, just the typical 2x2 ceramic inch tiles. And the grout we're going to be using to grout this floor is the Fusion Pro grout, a single component grout. It's a good grout, just a little time consuming to work with. It's a pre-mixed grout made by Custom Build Products. So for this process, all you will need is your grout float, a nice sponge, nice clean sponge, microfiber cloth. Depending on what kind of floor you are grouting, you might need a cleaner. This is Blaze. It is a grout haze and just a general purpose cleaner, just to kind of give it a final wash at the end. So that's all you need for this Fusion grout. Alright, so with the Fusion Pro, you do not want to grout the whole floor and clean it. What you want to do is do nice big 2x2 sections, like 2 foot by 2 foot sections. Just break it off in sections. You don't want to spread the whole floor using the Fusion Pro. Okay, so once you get your Fusion Pro open, some will come with a little bit like an oil on top. What you want to do is just get your margin trowel and just kind of, mix it around a little bit. It is a pre-mixed grout, so it is ready to go, but you just want to give it a nice little mix before applying it to your floor. Alright, so once that's ready, we can get started. Alright, so like I said, you want to do it in sections. You don't want to get too ahead of yourself with the Fusion grout. So I'm just going to do a nice little big square, and once I get it laid down, you kind of want to clean it right away. Grab a little bit out of your bucket, and it's just like any other grout. You just want to make sure you really push it into your grout joints. That way they are nice and filled, because a lot of times this Fusion grout will create pinholes that you'll have to go back and fill. So you just want to make sure you apply good pressure and get it into these grout joints as good as you can. Alright, so I did a good 2 foot by 2 foot section. Like I said, you don't want to get too ahead of yourself. Once you get it installed, you can see my grout joints are nice and filled. So now you want to go back and just give it a wipe. And when you give it a wipe, you want to not press too hard with your sponge. You kind of want to just let your sponge glide over the grout and the tile. So I'm applying little pressure as I'm cleaning it, because you don't want to dig it up out the grout joints. And you want to go at an angle, a 45 angle when cleaning any grout really, because you don't want to dig it up out your grout joints. So this tile has a glaze to it, so the grout's not going to stick that fast to the tile. But if you have a porous tile, you will notice that the grout will kind of start sticking to the tile, and that's one reason you want to clean it up right away. Alright, so after you do your wipe, you grab your clean microfiber cloth, and you don't want to apply too much pressure, but just go over the tile gently. And that's what that's doing, is picking up any haze that might be left behind with the water. Just like that. Just a nice gentle pass over it. And that's going to clean up any haze or any grout that's left behind. So once you do that, you go move on to your next little section. But as you can see, looking good. No pinholes. and the grout joints are nice and filled. And once you start grouting, you get the hang of it, you'll know how much, you can do before you have to start cleaning it up. I would like to mention that these Calidad tools, these Calidad sponges are actually pretty good for grout. I actually love these sponges for grout. So just like that, you wipe it just like any other grout. Just don't apply too much pressure, and it'll slowly clean itself up. All right, looks pretty clean to me. And now I can hit it with my microfiber cloth. Just gently go over the tile. You don't want to dig up the grout. All right, got my nice little section done, and that's all it is to it. Like I said, once you get going, you'll realize how much time you got to work with. Nice and clean. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it's nice and clean, no haze on the tile. And I'll show you what that cleaner is for. And like I said, depending on what kind of tile you're grouting is where that cleaner comes in play. All right, so it's been about 25 minutes later, and it is, no more water on top of the tile. The grout is still a little fresh. Now, in this case, I don't necessarily need to use the blaze, but I'm gonna just apply it just to kind of show you guys, how you would use the blaze. The blaze comes in handy depending on what kind of tile you're installing this grout over. All right, so when spraying it, you just want to give it a nice little good spray. Go over the tile gently because the grout is still fresh, so you don't want to dig up your grout. You just want to clean the tile. And what this does is going to clean up any haze left behind and leave you with a nice clean floor. And there you have it. A nice haze-free floor.